fam. Jay-Z, you out of there. He do get wicked. You hear me? It getting wicked for that boy. Let's hop into this video real quick. Oh, this man breaking this Jay-Z stuff down. Oh my god. Here we go with that old freezing shit, bro. I hate that shit.
A lawsuit filed a couple of days ago. From a quick and heated response from Jay himself to tons of fans bringing up all of the weird circumstances surrounding Jay-Z over the years, it can be very confusing to separate facts from theories. So today I'm going to be breaking down all of the formal allegations against Jay-Z, along with his response and the theories from the fans. It all began on December 8th when a lawsuit against Diddy was amended and Jay-Z was named as a defendant. If you've been out of the loop for the past year or so, P. Diddy, aka Sean Combs, has been accused, sued, and indicted because of a lot of terrible things. I made an entire video on it detailing all of the allegations against him, so you can check that out if you need to catch up. But put simply, Diddy was allegedly a serial rapist, tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car, and has a laundry list of crimes, mostly sexual, that date back decades. So obviously, if Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, is being named in a lawsuit alongside Diddy, that can't be a good thing. According to CNN, the woman who is identified as a Jane Doe says she was 13 years old at the time she was allegedly assaulted by Combs and Carter at an after party following the Video Music Awards in 2000. The woman alleges she began to feel woozy after consuming a drink at the party and wandered into a nearby bedroom. The woman alleges Carter raped her first, followed by Combs. The woman says she hit Combs and ran out of the party, according to the amended lawsuit. NBC said that the girl was dropped off by a friend at the VMAs, but she didn't have a ticket. Apparently, she tried to find a way to an after party, and a driver who said he worked for Diddy said that she fit what Diddy was looking for.
A 13-year-old girl?
Took her there, and allegedly, she even had to sign an NDA to go into the after party.
What was this girl's parents there, bro? That's why I'm
After the incident, the girl ran to a gas station and called her dad.
Where were her parents?
So basically, Jay-Z is being accused of being a 13-year-old girl back in the year 2000. Then the lawsuit said that the woman's legal team reached out to Jay-Z to try and resolve the problem. Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against her lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence her. They said that the effort to scare the alleged victim didn't work, and they plan to continue with the lawsuit. Also, the reason that all of these lawsuits have been coming out lately, out of New York in particular, is because New York recently extended their statute of limitations. What that means is that a crime that happened a super long time ago wouldn't have been able to be prosecuted, but now since they have a 2-year look back window, you can file a lawsuit. I explained this in my previous video about Diddy because he's got hundreds of suits against him right now, but that's why all of these lawsuits have been coming out lately. The lawyer filing the suit against Jay-Z is also the guy who you may remember announced he was representing 120 new victims against Diddy. He said high-profile names would be named once he had enough information, and I suppose now he thinks he has enough to bring Jay-Z down. This suit in particular was filed back in October, but Jay-Z wasn't named until the other day. Instead, he was referred to as Celebrity A. The suit also claimed that another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault. The suit also said that Jay-Z has been with Diddy during many of his crimes, and those were the only times Jay was mentioned in the suit, for 4 particular incidents out of the 20-page suit that was largely aimed against Diddy. And for a lot of artists who over the years have built up a ton of goodwill with their fans, you'd think Jay-Z fans would come to defend him. However, because of all these strange circumstances surrounding Jay-Z, a lot of people have been looking at him sideways. The strangest thing about this whole situation is that back in November, when the attorney filing this case, Tony Busby, announced that he was representing 120
Tony Busby, I think they said Jay-Z
and anonymous male celebrities sued him. About 3 weeks ago, an unnamed plaintiff, who turned out to be Jay-Z, was suing Busby and his firm. He accused Busby of shamelessly attempting to extort exorbitant sums from him, or else publicly file wildly false, horrific allegations against him. Jay's lawyers claim that Busby sent Jay a demand letter in which he threatened to unleash entirely fabricated and salacious allegations of sexual assault if Jay didn't comply with their demands. This does sound fairly suspicious and definitely sounds like extortion, which, if you didn't know, in this case is just the girl just wanted to sit down and have a talk if they don't give you money. However, Rolling Stone did consult a legal expert and they weighed in on this. According to the expert, this is somewhat common, and they said, you have a right to represent your client and demand that a potential defendant pay money to compensate your client. But you don't have a right to say, if you don't pay, I'm going to report you to the authorities. I think that's the really clear line. That's civil extortion and not protected by the First Amendment. So Busby on one hand is saying that these demand letters are common and it was just a way of keeping things private, whereas Jay-Z and his legal team are saying that it was just extortion. In response to the at the time anonymous lawsuit, Busby took to Instagram to release a statement. He said, "I've been sued in Los Angeles in a last-ditch attempt to stop me from revealing names in public lawsuits. The case filed against my firm is not only without legal merit, it is laughable. Here's why. On behalf of 2 clients who alleged sexual assault, we sent a standard demand letter to a New York lawyer that we know represents an alleged perpetrator and potential defendant. The letters were sent seeking a confidential mediation in lieu of filing a lawsuit. No amount of money was included in the demand letters. No threats were made. The demand letters sent are no different than the ones routinely sent by lawyers across the country in all types of cases." So this whole extortion thing and the lawsuits flying back and forth makes this pretty complicated. And right now it's basically a he said, she said situation because us general folks don't have enough information to come to a good conclusion of what actually happened. We don't know what exactly Busby said in the demand letter, and we don't know all of the information that Busby has against Jay-Z. So all of this makes the lawsuit situation all the more complicated, and Jay-Z was forced to respond swiftly. After all of this went down and the lawsuit hit the news cycle on December 8th, Jay-Z responded within hours with a statement on the Roc Nation Twitter page. He said, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world, who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment in thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiot claims that you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable." This was the original version of the post from Jay-Z, which was quickly deleted to add this last sentence in which he said, "I look forward to showing you just how different I am." So Jay-Z's response was also ran as an ad on Twitter, which was definitely kind of strange, although some people were saying that he was just trying to spread the word and defend his name. After this came out, a lot of fans pointed out what Busby said weeks ago, and it really became a whole debate of whether or not this whole situation was just extortion. But like I said, it's really hard to call anything right now because we don't know what Busby said, we don't know what Jay-Z said or what he did, so it's hard to come to a conclusion. A lot of people also thought the addition of the last line, "I look forward to showing you just how different I am," was a pretty devious thing to say. And then just yesterday, Jay-Z's lawyers motioned for the defendant Jane Doe to reveal her identity before proceeding. This is the first legal action we have seen publicly from Jay-Z in this case, and in the motion for the plaintiff to reveal their identity, Jay's lawyers said, "For months, an extortionate campaign has been targeting Jay-Z under cover of darkness. That campaign was cynical and calculated to force payment of an exorbitant sum of money. Jay would have to pay X millions of dollars irrespective of the truth or else." They also alleged that Busby tried to shut down Jay-Z's defense. So Jay's lawyers are calling for either the accuser to reveal her identity or for the allegations to be
thought he already knew
dismissed.
her identity.
Basically, they were saying that no facts had actually been provided, and this was just Busby's way of trying to use his high-profile Diddy case to extract money from other celebrities, and if they didn't pay, he'd destroy their reputations. Also, in a few of the recent cases against Diddy, the judges have ruled that the anonymous plaintiffs would also have to identify themselves, so it's possible that that will have to happen here as well. Quick little editor's note. While I'm filming this video, Tony Busby tweeted out, "The New York Times contacted me to ask for my response to rapper Jayz's allegation that I tried to extort and blackmail him. My response is pretty straightforward. No one has made any threats. Jayz's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, our firm has sent a standard demand letter seeking a mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jayz sexually assaulted her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by our client, and his preference was to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit. This approach is common in these types of cases. What you are seeing played out now is a coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally to avoid attention on the allegations being made by my clients. This effort has included harassing my family and colleagues and even offering former clients money to sue me, which is illegal. When an alleged perpetrator behaves in this manner, wildly asserting that a basic demand letter is extortion and aggressively using the media to attack the opposing lawyer while at the same time ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim, it reminds me of a famous line from Shakespeare. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. We intend to address all of these issues with the court in due course. Let me be clear, we will not be bullied or intimidated by these shenanigans, and our clients won't be silenced. Meanwhile, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy are at the premiere of Lion King, so I guess they aren't too bothered. And if you thought that was complicated, well, the case gets worse. The lawsuit is coming from the lawyer I mentioned, Tony Busby, and a lot of people online have been claiming that he isn't the greatest lawyer. Now, I'm going to say right now before I dive into this, I'm no legal expert. I could not tell you if he's good or bad, but I will tell you a few of the reasons that people have issues with him. For one reason, he's done a ton of high-profile cases. For example, cases against BP, Deshaun Watson, and Travis Scott. However, I did look into the Deshaun Watson and Travis Scott cases, and many of those were mostly settled confidentially.
All them
Another reason
why he
people
wanted
don't
to play
like
for the
Busby
team
is
no
because
more.
he's a Trump supporter, which
crazy,
I don't think I really need to break down. And Tony Busby was also the lawyer who announced the 120 essay cases against Diddy that I mentioned earlier, and then he held a press conference to tell people about it.
As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. We've handled over the last 25 years some very big and very important cases. I believe that this one may surpass them all. The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. Of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. These are individual cases.
All type of people up in there.
There are indeed other perpetrators involved.
That shit crazy.
They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing.
That's the crazy thing about it.
I'm talking about the people that participated, encouraged it, egged it on.
And a lot of people have looked at this one of two ways. The first being, wow, he's brave to go after the big fish. And what he's saying then lines up perfectly with what's happening now. And the other perspective is that this guy is really big on theatrics and kind of pushing his own name. I mean, to be fair, I didn't see any other lawyers against Diddy holding whole press conferences for 30 minutes. And Jay-Z himself thinks that Tony Busby is pursuing attention and wealth. He does own a real estate firm and is fairly wealthy, which you can see all over his social media. And he also ran for office a couple of times in Houston, both unsuccessfully. I looked a bit more into this and I found out that a lot of people in Houston aren't too big on Busby. According to a few hundred people on Reddit, Tony Busby misconstrued his success as a lawyer who litigates against large companies as some kind of higher call to run for public office. He would just be a wacky, larger-than-life River Oaks lawyer if he'd kept it to that, but instead decided to insert himself into things Houstonians did not want him for. To be fair, though, he did get 28% of the vote the first time running for mayor and 41% the second time running for council. So it's not like everyone hated him. And I say all of this just to say it is possible that there are good reasons people don't like this guy. And it is possible that Jay-Z is right about what he said in his response. However, it's also just as possible that Busby is fighting the good fight for the victims. But on top of all of this, there's also been some shady foreshadowing going on when it comes to people like Diddy and Jay-Z. Originally, after everything came out about Diddy, people began looking sideways at Jay-Z, especially since he was so quiet. 50 Cent even said, "Anybody seen Jay?" Puff said he ain't been answering his phone. 50 also said in an interview that a lot of the celebrities who aren't speaking out like he is are probably scared since they were involved.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to it.
I went over all of this in detail on my last video about Jay-Z and Beyonce, but I'll break down the main things that apply here. First of all, people thought it was strange that Jay-Z met Beyonce when she was 18 and started dating her when she was 19 because he was 31 at the time. And the second main thing that people have pointed out is Jay-Z's connections over the years to R. Kelly and P. Diddy, who are two known sex offenders. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends since the 90s when they were both going up in the music industry. They even collaborated on a track in 1997. On top of that, these two were also connected to Aaliyah and R. Kelly, who were married when Aaliyah was only 15. Dame Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z and dated Aaliyah when she was of age, said he thought it was morally wrong for Jay-Z to do a collab album with R. Kelly when he did. Dame said, "It's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or raped anybody for that matter." He also said Jay-Z tried getting at Aaliyah too.
And then, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then it got brought up, and I was like, "Fuck both of y'all."
Damn.
But it never worked out for them, and we were both like trying to get at her. I kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other. It's a long story.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah. Obviously,
everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
So there was undoubtedly some shady stuff going down in their circle, as Jay-Z was friends with P. Diddy and R. Kelly. And it's possible that Jay-Z knew about some of the stuff that was going on. Things got even more complicated when about a month ago, Piers Morgan had a guest on named Jaguar Wright, who's a singer who's worked with Jay-Z. And he had her on his show to discuss the Diddy situation. And it was on this episode that she brought up Jay-Z and Beyonce's involvement.
Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail, get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? Damn. This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
To be clear, I couldn't find any articles funding this docuseries, by the way, but I did see a few articles that said Jay-Z declined to be interviewed for the show. Jaguar also said in this interview that Jay-Z and Beyonce are a nasty couple who do nasty things. Now, before I tell you what followed this interview, I want to tell you a little bit about Jaguar Wright. In my previous video, I mentioned that Jaguar has made a ton of crazy claims, many of which have gone nowhere. So I wouldn't count on her to be the most credible source, although she has gotten some things right. But it's also possible that she does know something. One person on Reddit said it pretty well when they said she might be right about some of the stuff regarding Diddy, but I'm guessing a lot of it was already known in the music industry. And even a broken clock like Jaguar Wright is right twice a day. Regardless, following her interview on Piers Morgan, Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers reached out to Piers. They said Piers Morgan's irresponsible broadcast filled with lies is so far over the line that a legal ultimatum was warranted. Nobody acting under the guise of journalism can elicit outrageous statements from exploitive situations in an effort to drive clicks and not have to answer for that. Because of this, Piers Morgan actually apologized and trimmed the segment from his show.
Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims have received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms, for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologize to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Again, there are two main ways to take this. One, Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't want crazy, disrespectful misinformation like this on the internet, or they really did what Jaguar was saying and were trying to keep it quiet. Regardless, this only made the situation bigger, and around this time, Jaguar Wright also went on Real Life Productions for another interview. She again stirred the pot and made an hour's worth of more
real life
huge
street
claims,
stars, fool.
and also spoke on the theory that Jay-Z and Beyonce were involved in the death of Aaliyah.
I want you to think about this. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up
they gave
Beyonce,
Aaliyah
who was
sleeping meds for
struggling.
her to get on the plane.
Let's just say allegedly that happened.
That's crazy, bro.
Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who was a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who was a victim of Sean Combs,
Facts.
are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah
I remember that shit.
amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar.
I try to say, Free had a baby by Jay-Z.
They know what happened.
She said it wasn't true.
And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Allegedly.
This TikTok in particular got 15 million views with
Damn.
damn near every comment saying they believe her. And
That's
whether or not
crazy
you
work.
believe Jaguar is entirely up to you, but she's been making a ton of headlines for her claims. And all of this happened about a month or so before the lawsuit came out against Jay-Z, along with Jay-Z's claims of extortion, which brings us to where we are today. Right now, there are two main schools of thought. First, there is the group of people I mentioned that are cross-referencing Jay-Z's friendship with people like Diddy and R. Kelly. There are a ton of Twitter threads with people talking about all of the Jay-Z suspicious incidents and all of his friendships over the years. One fan said Jay-Z has 2 albums with R. Kelly and a whole tour with him and is close friends with him, Diddy, and Harvey Weinstein, but there's suddenly no way he could be a predator because he's married to Beyonce.
Fuck that's
Another
supposed to
said
mean?
that message Jay-Z posted was condescending, narcissistic, and used victim blaming and gaslighting rhetoric, and he never not once said he didn't do it. I hope he goes down bad. A lot of people think that this super quick response means that they knew this was coming and are guilty, so this was prepared in advance. On the flip side, the other major group is the people who think Jay-Z is innocent, or should at least be innocent until proven guilty
Jay-Z's
when
not
more
innocent,
information
bro.
comes out. This is for a few reasons. For
Wiki,
example,
boy.
Ebro said in defense of Jay-Z, Jay wrote this 32 minutes ago on his iPhone and no one is speaking on his behalf. A lot of people, along with Ebro, think that this response from Jay-Z is just genuine and from the heart. And to be fair, it doesn't seem to be written in your typical PR trained way. Another fan said in response to Ebro's tweet, Jay-Z knew this was coming. I'm sure his
he knew
legal
that shit
team
was
was notified
coming.
that this was coming his way, and he had this prepared days/weeks in advance by his legal counsel. People on his level don't get
He take his
blindsided
ass to jail
like
too,
this,
little
which is
freaky
also
man.
true. Lil Duval said on Twitter, they put out the most outrageous accusations and y'all just automatically believe it.
Well, you're in
Like
that
I
crew
said,
too,
there's
shut
also a
your
ton of
ass
people
up.
calling out the lawyer, Tony Busby, with one person saying, a civil lawsuit involving Tony Busby, so you know it's bullshit. But a huge portion of the population is stupid and is going to lean on confirmation bias with this. There's also a third school of thought with people like 50 Cent jumping in, trolling, talking about, okay, I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just
Damn.
asking for a friend. Other
50
people are
pitted in
pointing
the
out
hole,
Bron
bro.
saying Hove did and saying Jay-Z got 100 problems now. The internet, of course, is doing what they're always going to do. Regardless
internet.
of which school of thought you fall into or whoever side you're taking,
So
I'm
another
just here to bring you
video
guys the
with
facts and tell you what the situation is,
him
along
and
with bringing you
Beyonce.
everyone else's perspectives. In my opinion, as with everything
What that shit was it?
They have been one of the most iconic couples in Hollywood over the past couple of decades. For a long time, the majority of fans have loved them and aspired to have a relationship like theirs. But over the years, many conspiracy theories have followed them as well, especially recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy. However, the dark and disturbing conspiracy theories have followed them ever since their relationship began in 2001. After meeting each other in the year 2000, Jay-Z and Beyonce began dating in 2001. When Beyonce was 19 and Jay-Z was 31, which was already a little strange right off the bat. Regardless, both of them were already fairly successful as artists. Jay-Z had multiple successful albums out, had hit the Billboard charts a few times, and had also worked with artists like Mariah Carey, Biggie, and Kanye. He also created his record label, Rockefeller Records. Around the same time, Beyonce was coming up with Destiny's Child, and they also had their fair share of chart-topping hits. And despite the crazy amount of success that they already had, as I'm sure most of you guys know, they went on to become some of the biggest artists ever. With Jay-Z becoming a huge music mogul, aside from his personal success as an artist, Jay-Z's been called the greatest rapper of all time by multiple publications, and Beyonce has been named one of the greatest vocalists and entertainers of all time as well. So these two were destined to become a power couple, and that's exactly what they became. The two have collaborated on multiple songs over the years, which helped both of their careers. Jay-Z has released iconic albums like The Blueprint and 444. He's also had many successful business ventures over the years with his companies like Rockaware and the 4040 Club, along with his acquisition of Tidal. On top of that, Rockefeller has helped to produce artists like Kanye, Cameron, Beanie Siegel, Jadakiss, and more. Because of all of this, Jay-Z became hip-hop's first billionaire and most recently has an estimated net worth of $2.5 billion. He's one of the best-selling artists of all time and has won 24 Grammys. On the flip side, Beyonce has put out tons of extremely successful albums and is the only woman in history to have 20 top 10 songs as a solo artist and 10 as a member of a group. She, like Jay-Z, is also one of the best-selling artists of all time, selling over 200 million copies, and she's also won 32 Grammys. Jay-Z and Beyonce got married in 2008. Their first child was born in 2012, and they had twins in 2017. Because of their immense success and their success stories and all of that, their relationship has been coveted by the public for quite a while. It's clear that they were a power couple, as they were two of the most successful artists and business people of all time when it came to Hollywood. And when you are this powerful and successful, you are bound to have some conspiracy theories following you around. For years, one of the main theories was that Jay-Z and Beyonce were members of the Illuminati. This theory, of course, was supported by very shaky evidence, at least at its inception. For example, one of the main reasons was that Jay-Z and Beyonce would throw up a triangle symbol, which, if you remember, a decade ago was heavily associated with the Illuminati and the all-seeing eye. I mean, back in middle school, I remember every meme was like Illuminati confirmed with the X-Files music and the triangle in the background. In reality, though, this hand sign is supposed to be a diamond that references his label Rockefeller, because a diamond is a rock, if you know what I mean. So a lot of people just call it throwing up the rock. Regardless, Jay and Beyonce throwing this up has raised eyes from theorists, especially when Beyonce threw that up during her Super Bowl performance in 2013. On top of that, some of their imagery in their music videos has also garnered some attention. For example, in the music video for Jay-Z's song On to the Next One, there's imagery like crucifixes and skulls that resemble Baphomet, which many people think is referencing the Illuminati or Jay-Z selling a soul to the devil. And Beyonce has also been suspected of this stuff for similar reasons. For example, some people believe that playing her song Single Ladies backwards reveals a bunch of meanings like the world will bow to me, people's tears will fall. I mean, some of the comments on this video just go to show how many crazy things people were thinking. And I'm going to interject my opinion here real quick. When you play a song backwards and someone tells you what to hear, you're probably going to hear that thing. That's just how your brain works, and it's kind of like the whole Yanny and Laurel thing. So that's not good evidence at all. Regardless, for this and her other imagery, people thought she too was in the Illuminati. On top of all of that stuff, a lot of people point to this clip of Kanye calling out Jay-Z, asking Jay not to kill him, and instead asking Jay to call him.
I've been sent here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sent here to give y'all the truth. Jay-Z called me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z called me. Hey, bro. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man.
This clip is taken from Kanye's notorious St. Pablo tour, where he said a lot of other crazy and controversial things, all of which led to him canceling multiple shows and going to a mental health hospital. Kanye has since claimed that they, or a group of elites possibly involved with Jay-Z, have had him medicated under the guise of bipolar disorder to keep him quiet. And to be entirely fair to this part of the theory, the text messages from Kanye's trainer are definitely very strange. And this wasn't the last time that Kanye had spoke on Jay-Z either, as more recently he talked about the elites controlling him.
They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. Exactly. It's up.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves, because Kanye's comments really fueled these conspiracy theories about Jay-Z back in 2016. It got to the point where both Jay-Z and Beyonce commented on the Illuminati stuff, with Jay-Z saying on the song Freemason, "I said that I was a Mason, not that I'm a Mason." He also said, "Am I down with the devil because my roof come up missing? Is that Lucifer juice in that 2-cup he's sipping?" Basically, he was saying that people were pinning his success on his ties to a group like the Illuminati, or suggesting that he sold his soul to the devil, and clearly he doesn't agree with this stuff. Beyonce also said in one of her songs, "Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess." Regardless, these theories of Jay-Z and Beyonce belonging to a group of shady elites have evolved even further today, with many people suggesting that they were up to even darker practices, more so than just putting weird symbols in their music videos. Which brings us back to the beginning of their relationship in 2001. At this point in the video, I do want to say a lot of this stuff I'm going to be talking about is just conspiracy theories and the stuff I have talked about. There really isn't much solid proof for a lot of what I'm going to say. And I'm saying this because a lot of the things they're accused of are extremely serious, and I don't want to be the guy who just levies random accusations with no basis. And I'm not telling you guys what to think. I'm not saying that none of this is true or none of it isn't true, but I just want to give you guys the actual facts so that you can make your own decisions and conclusions. You'll see why I'm saying this here in a second. And this is because one of the main theories lately that's being suggested about Beyonce is that she's some sort of evil mastermind who wants to control and dominate the female music industry. At least that's kind of what people seem to be getting at, so let me explain. Back when people were accusing the couple of being members of the Illuminati, they also made darker assumptions that Beyonce was linked to the death of the rising singer Aaliyah. Rolling Stone said, "The far reaches of the internet even link Beyonce's rise to fame with R&B singer Aaliyah's untimely death in 2001, with theorists claiming that Aaliyah was killed because she had tried to get out from under the Illuminati's control. According to that narrative, Aaliyah was meant to be the rightful queen of the music industry, but after her death, Beyonce stepped in to take her place." And this is the thing about these theories. Sometimes they include like the Illuminati, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just like the shady elites. And I think in general, they're interchangeable. Theorists have also pointed to J. Cole's song She Knows from 2013 when he referenced Beyonce, Aaliyah, and Left Eye, one of the members of TLC who tragically passed away in a car crash in 2002. And while the mention doesn't have any direct correlation to the theory on the song, people often point out how both Aaliyah and Left Eye, supposed competitors of Beyonce around that time, passed away in 2001 and 2002 respectively. This idea that Beyonce was now queen of the music industry has resurfaced recently with all of the P. Diddy stuff that's coming out, thanks to people like Cat Williams and Jaguar Wright. We're claiming that a lot of industry secrets are going to be exposed.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
With this idea in mind, a lot of people have been saying that female artists in particular are forced to thank Beyonce when they win awards, typically Grammys, out of fear. It may have something to do with the fact that Beyonce, despite winning 32 Grammys, has yet to win Album of the Year. But people online have been putting together these compilations of artists thanking Beyonce.
The artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album to me, we fucking adore you. You are our light.
Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Beyonce.
Just say thank you, Beyonce. Just tell her you say.
Damn, that's crazy.
Thank you so much. You clearly are the artist of our lives.
Thank you, Beyonce. You're amazing. Yeah.
The fact that Beyonce made a country record changed the game.
Beyonce.
Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her.
Again, these theories so far don't hold much weight and are just speculation, especially because of what people think may happen if the artists don't thank her. For
That's
example, there was a
crazy.
tweet posted to Twitter with nearly 600,000 likes from the artist Sia. The tweet reads, "Baby, everything your own nice cat eats, kangaroo is dead, nowhere and purple penguins every day, my egg." Which obviously doesn't make any sense, but it spells out Beyonce kidnapped me if you take the first letter of each word. To be fair though, this tweet is fake. It was photoshopped and it became a meme. So far we've just looked at conspiracy theories that really don't seem to have any legs to them. But after P. Diddy was recently exposed and indicted, a lot of people have been making much more serious and somewhat grounded accusations against Jay-Z and Beyonce. People believe that over the years, Jay-Z's connections to R. Kelly and P. Diddy mean that he at the very least knew about some of the stuff they were up to, and possibly was even involved, especially when lawyers involved in Diddy's case right now are saying things like this.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you.
That lawyer even went on to say that there would be some eyebrow-raising names, which is why people think Jay-Z is involved. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends since the 90s, when they were both going up in the music industry. They even collaborated on a track in 1997. On top of that, these two were connected to Aaliyah and R. Kelly, who were married when Aaliyah was only 15. Dame Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z and dated Aaliyah when she was actually of age, said he thought it was morally wrong for Jay-Z to do a collab album with R. Kelly when he did. Dame said, "It's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or raped anybody for that matter."
Damn.
He also said Jay-Z tried getting with Aaliyah too.
I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then it got brought up, and I was like, "F for y'all," but it never worked out for them, and we were both like trying to get at her. I kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other. It's a long story.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah. Obviously,
Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
So there undoubtedly was some shady stuff going down in their circle, as both Diddy and R. Kelly were friends with Jay, and it's possible Jay knew some of the stuff that was going down. By 2007, Jay-Z and Diddy had been friends for a while, and at a performance at Screamfest, Diddy could be seen smacking Jay's butt a couple of times. Now, I personally don't think this holds that much weight in these theories like some other people do. Lots of friends tend to joke with each other like this, but to be fair, Diddy has been a little bit liberal in some of his jokes. However, 50 Cent took this as an opportunity, as he always does, to clown on it too. It's hard to say how good of friends Diddy and Jay-Z are, but they have been seen together hanging out over the years plenty, so it's safe to assume they are at the very least well acquainted. That's why when all of this news began coming out against Diddy lately, people pointed out how quiet Jay-Z was. Also, if you're unaware of what happened with Diddy somehow, I made a whole video on it, so you guys can check that out if you want to. But basically, Diddy was caught trafficking, racketeering, essaying multiple people, and things along those lines. He was indicted and actually has over 100 lawsuits against him. So Jay-Z's silence on this matter has had a lot of people looking at him sideways. 50 Cent even made a joke about it, as he always does, on his Instagram saying, "Anybody seen Jay?" Puff said he ain't been answering his phone. He's commented more in interviews saying that people who aren't talking about it are probably scared because they were involved.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
So this is why many people have been pointing the finger at Jay-Z and Beyonce, suspecting they had some sort of involvement in the Diddy situation. Things got even more serious in the past 2 weeks when Piers Morgan had Jaguar Wright, a singer who's worked with Jay-Z, on his show to discuss the Diddy situation. During this interview, she brought up her opinion on Jay-Z and Beyonce's suspected involvement.
Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter. They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
To be clear, I couldn't find any articles that said that Jay-Z funded this docuseries, although I did see a few articles saying that Jay-Z declined to be interviewed for the show. She also said in this interview that Jay-Z and Beyonce are a nasty couple who do nasty things. Now, before I tell you what followed, I do think it's important to explain to you who Jaguar Wright is. Like I said, she's a singer who, despite putting out her own solo music, is probably most known for working with people like Jay-Z and The Roots. In the past 5 or so years, she has been making headlines quite often for making a variety of claims, like saying that Mary J. Blige is hiding her true sexuality, and she accused Common of essaying her, which got to the point where Common had to step in and make a statement.
We say this, man, God bless Jaguar. I really don't have any negative thoughts towards her. I was for surely disappointed and hurt when she said what she said about me because it wasn't true. And I know people that have experienced assault, and that's not anything that just say if it's not true. But I also just understand that she may be going through some things that I don't understand.
Over the years, she's made a ton of claims, and in 2020 had an interview with Real Life Productions that has over 2 million views where she is making tons of similar claims. And based on the reception, it looks like a ton of people believe her. In 2022, she even made the claim that Diddy forced a singer to perform fellatio on him. And keep in mind, this was over a year before people were constantly coming out with similar claims about P. Diddy. So there's two things that could be happening here. Jaguar Wright could have a deep knowledge of the music industry and its darkest secrets, or she could just be making as many accusations and claims as possible and occasionally getting some of them right. Someone on Reddit said she might be right about some of the stuff regarding Diddy, but I'm guessing a lot of it was already known in the music industry. And even a broken clock like Jaguar Wright is right twice a day. And similar to this person's perspective,
Jaguar Wright shit. What the fuck? That shit ain't even working.
Confirming me and then talking about, oh, blah, 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 blah. That all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy was released. And before people started confirming that the video that was being shopped around was Bieber and Diddy.
Boy, they did Bieber so damn bad, bro.
See, that's the problem with running your mouth, Vlad. That's the problem. You didn't realize on Monday that every word that you said was going to be invalidated on Tuesday.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is. He brought you on to speak on Diddy, and it seemed as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same.
Yeah.
Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly. Let's deal with the sandwich.
We asked you this last time, and Piers Morgan said it. They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think they will? The Carters will speak about any of this at all? Do you just feel that they'll make any statement about what's going
Beyonce is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything.
She ain't.
Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
It is when you're a fucking billionaire.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals.
Mm.
Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z.
Ooh.
The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm Love now.
Boy, say he brother
Seems
Love.
like Jay-Z would try to run away from his past.
Calling that nigga Love and anything that he did love.
Damn.
Brother Love. What kind of love? Baby oil love.
Damn.
Baby love.
Damn. That's crazy.
Baby love. Explicit love. Hey. They never thought that hip hop would take it this far.
Oh man, it's different now.
These lyrics
all make sense
all
now.
hitting different right now. All this people talking about fathers, all kinds of stuff.
So let's just start with Piers Morgan because there's a headline that went out that was very powerful that people are running with, where it just says Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it,
He is.
to
powerful
even get
than
to Piers Morgan,
P. Diddy.
can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
Well, excuse me.
Bless us.
I can't say that I sought it out because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming. But I have to credit Odell.
Got Odeezy.
My love. I have to credit him because since we've combined and joined forces and become a hell of an investigative journalism team. See, I'm the content, I'm the passion, I'm the voice. I'm also the brain, but I do too much by myself. That's the brain. That's the administrator. That's the bloodhound. And he, there were so many people that hacked into so many of my accounts. People didn't even know how to get in touch with me anymore. And Odell created that lane. And they reached out to him. Piers Morgan's producers called him directly.
Damn.
And we talked about it briefly, and I said, we have to do it. We have to. Because the one thing I know about Piers Morgan is he is smart prey. And not only is he smart prey, he is a great conductor of information. He also vets things viciously. And I want to thank you for that. Because if my word is good enough to make it through Piers Morgan's firewall of please don't sue me, then I guess he just vetted me for every ounce of real life content on this blue couch. We thank you for that.
Do you feel that Piers Morgan allowed you to get, because you only have so many minutes, I know you don't know exactly how the show is going to be structured.
Yeah.
Did you get what you want to say out? And was there more for you to say? Of course there's more to say.
I'll never have enough to say.
Right.
There will never be enough screen time for
Damn.
me to say. But what I will say is, I'm grateful for the questions he asked. I'm grateful for the time he gave me to answer. And I pray that I was able to hit everything that needed to be hit for the public.
How did you feel about Vlad going after you?
I loved it. I saw the lineup immediately.
Glad the feds like a bitch.
Especially when I saw the lawyer, Ariel, kid that came after.
Right.
What Pierce did was brilliant journalism.
Right.
He created a beef without there being one. And he created multiple episodes for confrontation after. It's brilliant.
It is, Vlad has said you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
He has never wanted you on a show. He has never
Ever.
reached out to you.
You know what? Hold up. Drum roll. Where do I find that receipt?
Oh, we got, is there?
Let me check.
Yeah, there's receipts?
No, it's on your YouTube, right?
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
let me go over here to my baby's channel, Set in the West. Shout out to Set in the West.
Running the numbers up. Go there for all the exclusive. All the exclusive.
That's crazy.
You know, it's so funny. I love bigging his channel up.
Yeah.
I love it. I do. I love it. I love having a man that not only do I agree with his content, but it's great. And I can be like, ooh, my man over there doing, get over there.
I love to see something from scratch turning up, you know, going from
right.
nothing. I mean, it's already something, but to just see it rise to the verge. No Diddy. I love to see that.
Don't say no Diddy. That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, no, he's as much of an information bloodhound as I am. Is it in?
After.
Why does it say stash?
What?
That's not you.
Then what's that?
Oh no, somebody else covered it. Got it. The channel. I forgot I had to resubscribe again. I have so many
Jay,
channels.
come on, man. Yeah, you gotta be
deleted.
subscribed to Send the Wiz.
I know. I didn't realize I didn't subscribe on this phone. No, because they get deleted and I keep moving and I forget.
Oh man.
Okay. Is it on the community feed, baby?
Yeah.
It's a video. Oh.
What is the video of? If you
Hold on, let's see. Oh, DJ Vlad, you're wrong.
Oh shoot.
Is that it?
Oh shoot.
I don't know why more people aren't looking at this, but why isn't it playing? Is there the Bluetooth? That's what it is. Hold on. You know, I have so many phones and I never know what's connected to what and who and why. Those were going to, okay, here we go. Yes. All righty. See, there's a receipt. And this is what I love when people say, she never has any receipts. Yeah. She don't have any receipts.
Everyone knew he was the devil. Everyone wanted to go to these white parties when they were happening. If I got an invite, I would go. But there's a party within a party. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching for decades. It must stop.
Damn.
Jaguar Wright is known to be a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, no, you're wrong. This nigga Vlad. Hey, Vlad TV, aka what's your name, bro? Vladimir Booski. It's Vladimir let me get this straight because I'm not versing Ukrainian. Vladimir Lyubovny.
Man, the police, boy.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Hey, yo, no, Vlad, this is Wolfgang. I'm gonna come at you as a tech guy,
because he is a tech guy. That's his background.
Damn.
Before vlogging.
That's crazy.
At the homie YG. Shout out to YG. I'm from Compton, but YG's from Bompton.
From Bompton.
I met you at his red carpet, and you were surprised to know. You were surprised that I knew who you were. I know you a tech guy. You come from the tech background. I got a tech background, so you know people know each other. Yeah, and I met you, and you know you were like, oh shit, yeah, you know. I said, hey, what's up, Vlad? You know, it is what it is.
Like Taki.
Vlad, bro, you're a vulture.
Yeah, he is.
You're not hip hop
At all.
You're about as DJ Tanner from Full House.
Damn.
DJ Academic.
He's a dick jockey.
He is a culture rosie, bro.
How about that? Vlad,
He's not a journalist at all. He's a chronologist.
Vlad, you know you're wrong.
Honey, you should have talked. For real, because he said he would never sit with us.
No, I know.
Never. He said he would never sit with me. He would never have me on it. He never wanted to talk to me. Never would.
But I got receipts. Vlad, why did you reach out to Jag back in June?
Damn.
Asking for Jag to be on the show.
Why you do that, Vlad?
Vlad, why you playing in our face?
Why you lying on this podcast?
And Vlad.
Damn.
And your fat ass wife.
And it do get weak.
We'll stop there.
Damn.
Damn.
Let's be very clear. This is the email that DJ Vlad sent me. His producer sent me.
Damn.
Asking me to appear on his podcast on YouTube just after the Cassie video was released on my birthday.
Damn.
I saw it. I never responded. Odell responded. weeks and weeks later. But then again, Diddy was already in trouble, so you really didn't need
her
to talk to me because you couldn't do much disinformation with me. I guess that's why your friend from the Star Report, or should I say the Comet Report, because he crashed out just like a comet. I guess that's why he was so upset when I started asking him relevant questions about why he's propping up a liar. At this point in time, Vlad, I think it's only fair to say that Carol Johnson, your assistant, unless you're saying you didn't know, she sent this on your behalf.
He knew.
You did want me on your show.
I mean, which makes sense. For the kind of content he chased.
Yeah.
It makes
He's
sense.
always looking to put a case on somebody to move him out of the way.
With that being said, was it stated that you weren't going to rebuttal Vlad at that time? Did they let you know?
I didn't even know Vlad was going to be on.
Oh.
Like I said, it was brilliant.
Wow.
Because everything that he said, denouncing me and then confirming me and then talking about, that all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy was released. And before people started confirming that the video that was being shopped around was Bieber and Diddy. See, that's the problem with running your mouth, Vlad. That's the problem. You didn't realize on Monday that every word that you said was going to be invalidated on Tuesday.
Damn.
See, that's what happens when you're a liar. See, I didn't have to worry about what I said on Monday because I knew what I said on Monday was going to hold up on Wednesday. The truth needs no support, just time and room.
Why do you think Vlad has been allowed to take root in our culture and be able to do as many things as he's been able to do?
I believe, in my opinion, that he is an information and disinformation agent. I think the reason why it's hard for anyone to attach him to any American agency is because he isn't a part of any American agency. I have reason to believe that he is Mossad, Israeli intelligence background.
Damn.
I mean, you were born in that region, or at least your people come from that region. You marry a black woman, you know, get you a little black sympathy, get into the culture a little bit, act like you want to make black people famous and you care about this and that. I remember when you started, Vlad. You want to know what was funny? A friend of mine that worked for Homeland Security told me to never sit with you. Because this isn't the first time you reached out to me, Vlad. You reached out to me in 2008. After me and Mr. Carter had a very, very, very unfortunate incident. Your life is about as, and your background, it's about as easily tracked as Barack Obama's.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty tracked. Yeah.
Like there's something very wrong with you. And not only that, let's look at the list of SA predators you're involved with in business currently. You're being championed as a friend by the Comet Report, who was thrown off of radio for threatening to assault SA, a 4-year-old child.
Damn.
His partner, I know for a fact, committed statutory SA. And I feel bad because I talked that girl out of filing her report like she wanted to with the police. Because you told me she was a liar, Buck. You told me all of that. Like the both of y'all got some weird history. And then, Vlad, you do a podcast with a Hollywood plant who was convicted of child grooming and essay and all of that. And his name is Aries Spears.
Yeah, he did that little skit too. Yeah, that was fucking
You
weird,
get the
bro.
pervert. The birds of a feather flock together. And then D.L. Hughley, you have him as a running guy on your show. And everybody knows what Monique told us all about, how he let his friend essay his daughter and refused to believe his daughter until the money ran out. And then all of a sudden you found something wrong with it. Like everyone in your orbit, Vlad, is a weirdo.
Oh, my mama. Damn.
And you're white. You don't even look remotely hip hop. Nigga, you look like you should have like done the reprisal for Fiddler on the Roof. You act like that running around from 10 rooftop to 10 rooftop playing your little weirdo music. You know, that was based, that whole movie, The Fiddler on the Roof, that came out of Eastern Europe, right on the edge of Russia, where your people are from, where Mossad is very involved.
Damn, that's crazy.
Do you think they asked Vlad before he came on, what is his thoughts on you before they put him on?
I'm sure they checked.
So,
but the thing is
makes for good TV.
It's great TV. Like I said, I thought it was brilliant. But the thing is the only way that he could have been cloaked from a vetting team as fierce as Piers Morgan's is if he was being covered by a government.
So what are your thoughts on Ariel then? She comes on last as a lawyer for one of the Diddy accusers. She actually backs yours. She
corroborated the fact that she saw the very videotapes that I said were about to be sold right here on this couch just a couple months ago. Why is everyone so late?
Don't want to believe?
I sat right here and told y'all there was activity on the dark net. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that? Right here.
Damn.
And now we got a lawyer who has seen it.
That's crazy as fuck.
But I ain't got no receipts. Okay. You know what my receipt is? Reality and time.
Crazy.